Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday and welcome to Morning Motivation. I pray that you all had a blessed weekend. I pray that you had time to refresh and to rejuvenate your spirit, to spend some time with God, also spend some time with your family and your friends. Today, we are going to be we're coming from our Daily Bread series. And today is what is called, the topic is the Potter's Wheel. And so let us begin our reading. In 1952, in an effort to prevent clumsy or careless people from breaking into a shop, a Miami Beach store owner posted a sign that read, "You break it, you buy it." The catchy phrase served as a warning to shoppers. This type of sign can now be seen in many boutiques. Ironically, a different sign might be placed in a real potter's shop. It would say, "If you break it, we'll make it into something better." And that's exactly what's revealed in Jeremiah 18. Jeremiah visits a potter's house and sees the potter shaping the marred clay with his hands, carefully handling the material and forming it into another pot. The prophet reminds us that God is indeed the skillful potter and we are the clay. He is sovereign and can use what he creates to both destroy evil and create beauty in us. God can shape us even when we're marred or broken. He, the masterful potter, can and is willing to create new and precious pottery from our shattered pieces. God doesn't look at our broken lives, mistakes, and past sins as unusable material. Instead, he picks up our pieces and reshapes them as he sees best. Even in our brokenness, we have immense value to our master potter. In his hands, the broken pieces of our lives can be reshaped into beautiful vessels that can be used by him. As I thought about this for a second, I wanted to pull up a video that shows kind of how pottery is made and how clay is formed. And you can see, in our lives, we go through some things and there's a process in the beginning where God has to work things out. And so just like with this clay, with the master potter, he's working things out and has to mold it and shape it into what God truly desires for our lives. And as this passage talked about how we may be broken, God can still use us. God still wants to use us. So all that brokenness that we may have had in our past, don't think that that's where we have excuse me, don't think that's where you have to stay, because in God all things are possible. God has miraculous things for your life, and if we stay in that moment of that brokenness, then we are refusing to even get on the wheel. We are refusing to allow God to try and mold us, try to fix us. And as you can see, just here in the video, the potter's wheel, how it takes careful time. And just imagine the intimacy between the potter, his hands, and his creation. That same intimacy that God has with us in molding us and shaping us into who he has for us to be. He has, as we heard yesterday in a sermon that Pastor Brown spoke about our calling into our life. What is God calling to you to do? If you haven't seen that, please go back to my page and watch that amazing sermon. But God wants to mold us and shape us. And so those tough times that we've had in the past, don't think that they were for nothing. They make us tougher, they make us stronger. But just imagine, God's love is always there surrounding us. God's love is always there keeping us. And as we see here, how God just, chips away at some things and smooths some edges and rounds us out into a complete person. And as we move forward a little bit, you can see just the detail, the intimacy that is taking with the pot, just the intimacy that God takes with us. With God, all things are possible. And with us, God is shaping us, continuously molding us into what he will have us to be and making us more beautiful to glorify him, for us to spread the light of Christ throughout the world. And so, what I want you to reflect on today, if you wouldn't mind, is what comfort can you find in knowing God is a potter who can form something new from your broken pieces? Once again, what comfort can you find in knowing God is a potter who can form something new from your broken pieces? And also, how can you relax as the potter reshapes you into a beautiful vessel? I pray once again that you all are going to, I know that you're going to have a fantastic day. I pray that you had a blessed weekend. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless.